Bob, you served in the Delaware State Police, and during that time you were awarded the Trooper of the Year. Can you explain what that was for?
Yeah, it was back in the 80s. Actually, when I came on the state police, it was back in the 80s. But in the late 80s, the Delaware State Police had a thing that was called Cops and Shops. And it was extra duty jobs after you worked. And it was because the rate of fatal vehicle accidents for teenagers was going up so high because of alcohol, drinking alcohol underage, that you would go into liquor stores in plain clothes. And it really wasn't about arresting anybody as much as it was preventing. And so me and another trooper that graduated with me, Joe, we were out working Cops and Shops in the middle of the winter in the late 80s. It was very cold, a lot of snow in lower Delaware. And we went back to my house when we got off at like 2, 3 in the morning to make a pizza, because we hadn't eaten. And while we're making this pizza, I lived way out in the country in a little teeny town called Woodside. I had a dog that never barked. It was a Rottweiler, it never barked. And all of a sudden the dog started barking. It's 2 or 3 in the morning, and I remember Joe saying, what was wrong with the dog? And it's very confusing to me because the dog never barked. So I looked out my back window, and across the cornfield I saw a house that was on fire. And so Joe and I got in our different cars, we left the pizza, and we went over into Main Street of Woodside. Joe parked to the front of the house. I kind of pulled up on the other side of the street. And I called into the dispatch center that there was a house on fire in a residential area. There was a whole bunch of people standing around the outside of the house. And the minute I got out of the car, I could hear screams coming from the second floor of the home. And it was very clearly screams of a woman coming from the second floor. Joe had gone to the left side of the house. I went to the right side of the house. And for whatever reason, the fire was more on the upstairs than downstairs. So I kicked in one of the back doors, and when I went into the house, it was very full of smoke. And I made my way up the stairs of this old home, and I was yelling to the people to get out, jump out the window, do whatever you can, because the fire was blocking how I could get to the bedroom. And you kind of went up a stairway, made a 90-degree left back, and that was the bedroom the yelling was coming from. And I got all the way to the top of the stairs, and then something happened that I described this to the fire marshals later, but it was really weird. It was very hot, very smoky. There was fire on the second floor, but then all of a sudden, the entire house just combusted. And what I mean by that, and I can't explain it any other way, like everything was on fire. The walls, the staircase I was standing on, the ceiling, my jacket, my hair, like everything was on fire. And it just happened in a second. And so then I did everything they tell you not to do at fire school, because when we were in the State Police Academy, you went to Delaware State Fire School in case you ever showed up. And there's all these procedures firemen do because they're professionals, they know how to do it. I did everything you weren't supposed to do. 1, don't panic. Panic was through the roof at this point. 2, never run. I was running down the stairs as fast as I could because I was on fire. And then 3, never stand up. They always keep their hand on a wall to figure out which way is in and out, and you don't want to hit your head and knock out. Well, I didn't go down the same hallway that I came in on, and I ran as fast as I could because the whole place was on fire. And it was what's weird is, it was very bright, even though there was smoke, because everything was ablaze. And I can't describe the heat to you. And I actually literally ran through a side door, just splintered it from the adrenaline. And when I fell outside in the snow, Joe and a couple people put me out. And then eventually I ended up going to the hospital. But I was very lucky. I was the only one that survived. Everybody else died in the house that day. And it was just something that still kind of haunts me. I wish they would have jumped.